Okay, hello and welcome everyone to our regular monthly Data Jazzers live from Redmond. This time, although we are live from Redmond, we don't have anyone from Redmond. Jay couldn't be here with us today, but we have Maya. So Maya and Maya from Power BI mobile team joining us from Israel. Welcome, ladies, and nice to have you.
Thank you. Likewise. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for
And
joining, Jeff.
just for an intro, can you tell us something about yourself, what you are doing in Power BI team, what you are in charge of, and what we'll hear today from you?
Do you want to start?
I'm Maya. I'm a program manager on the Power BI mobile team here in Israel. We're going to cover some new features that came out the last few months in the Power BI mobile apps. So the first one is the report auto layout, which is a big and exciting feature that Maya will talk about. And we'll discuss also the new support for folders and workspace, as well as the new clear barcode feature and the full screen mode for launch items in Power BI as well.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of things are happening in your area lately.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm Maya Shenav, and I am the group program manager for Power BI mobile apps, as well as Power BI storytelling, which is our integration with PowerPoint. And if time allows, we can also talk about few features we just released for the storytelling area. One is an improvement to the image mode. We introduced a new mode for image capture in storytelling, and also auto refresh that will allow you to run presentation in kiosk mode and get Power BI updated during presentation as well. And also we will be releasing next week the very nice and productive feature that will set your slide title based on your report or visual that you're currently embedding in case that your slide doesn't have a title yet. So yeah, very happy to be here.
Yeah, sounds very interesting. So I don't know, Augustine, what do you think? Where to start from? We wanted to start from mobile, but those storytelling topics are also like super exciting, at least to me, to be honest.
I would kickstart with storytelling because so it's a long time waited feature. I would say it was there. We could use some things, but not in a whole. Can you tell us what's a breakthrough now, and what did you and your team brought us?
Yeah, so let's first understand what storytelling is all about. Before we released storytelling, if you wanted to add into your presentation data from Power BI, you usually took screen captures and paste them into your slides. And if you have, for example, a presentation that you used to use on a regular cadence, let's say you have like a monthly review or a weekly review, and for each review you have more or less the same, presentation structure, but all you have to do is update the numbers, then you felt like a robot, right? Going back to Power BI, taking another copy of the data or a snapshot and paste it back to the presentation. And, next week or next month, you had to do it again. And if it was more than just one slide, but many, many slides in your presentation, that can be, even time consuming. So I think that it was 2 years ago when we released storytelling, which is basically an add-in inside of PowerPoint that allows you to connect your slide to a live report or visual from Power BI. And each time that you open the the presentation, we bring fresh data from Power BI, so your presentation is always up to date. That was the basic functionality of storytelling. And when we released storytelling, we got some customers that told us that they are a bit worried because the default behavior of PowerPoint with slides in general is that PowerPoint takes a screen captures automatically of each slide and generates the slide thumbnail in the presentation. So if you're editing a presentation, you have this list of slides on your left, and you can see a small thumbnail, right, of your of the slides in your presentation. And if there was a report embedded in a slide and the data in the report was a bit sensitive, users could see the thumbnail. When they would navigate to the slide, then Power BI would check if they have permission, and if not, they wouldn't be able to see the actual data. But even the fact that the data was there in the thumbnail was a bit disturbing from some organization. It all depends, on the sensitivity of the data and the type of the organization and how, they are sharing content in the organization. So in this month, what we did, we released, and after we worked very hard on that feature, by the way, and we had to work with our partners in Office and PowerPoint to enable that. We actually changed the default behavior inside of PowerPoint for RAD. And now PowerPoint actually doesn't take Power BI snapshot into their thumbnail. We actually block that. That's one enhancement. The other enhancement is we also allow users now to have 3 view modes of their content. The first one is live. Live means that each time you open the presentation, we bring live data from Power BI. But when you want to freeze your data and get a snapshot, now we have 2 types of snapshots. One is a public snapshot, if you want to call it like that, where everyone with access to the presentation can get that snapshot and see that data. But we introduce also a protected snapshot, or a private snapshot, if you want to call it like that. And that means that only people with access to the report will also be able to see the snapshot. So if you do not have access to the report, you won't be able to see the snapshot as well. You will get a message from the add-in tells you that you do not have access and you need to get access before you will be able to see even that snapshot, which means that we enhance the ability of the user and gave more control to our users to decide to whom they want to give view ability into the data, even if the data is in the form of an image. So that's something that we just released nowadays. And we actually keep improving that area. We get some feedback from customers telling us that some like the change, some didn't like the change. So, our challenge as product managers is to balance, between all the feedbacks and find the right solution that fit, most of everyone. And we are still working on it.
I think I can immediately recall numerous users from my company which will be happy that they don't need to go and take screenshots again, and they can just prepare everything and each and every month just open it, refresh it, and it's there. Exactly. So I think that's a great addition. Just one question which might not be popular, but I heard it multiple times.
Yeah.
Is there in any plans to release that kind of support for other presentation tools?
That's a perfect question, actually. And I get it a lot, and I really, really want to deliver similar experiences to other Office products. We are looking into that. There are some technical, I don't want to say limitation because it's not true, but the infrastructure is not the same for all Office applications, let's say. And there is a work that we are doing together with Office to try and streamline everything so we can deliver one solution that will fit all Office applications. We are not there yet.
Sounds promising. Thanks.
If you put it in Excel, then definitely everyone will continue just using Excel, and that's it.
Yeah, well, that's something. Correct. Yes.
Okay, going back to mobile side of things, also a lot of enhancements in last few months.
Yes. So one of the things that I wanted to raise here in this conversation is actually a feature that we released last month and not necessarily in April release, and that's the mobile auto layout feature. We released it in March. I don't know if you had a chance to try it out, but we are super excited about this feature and what that feature actually does. You know that, in the Power BI mobile app, you can, basically view any report that you have access to it in Power BI service. You do not have to do any special formatting, styling, layouting in order to be able to consume the report. But it is recommended to build a mobile layout that fits, mobile form factor and looks much nicer and easier to understand in a mobile phone, just because the size is different, the orientation is different. It is recommended, but it adds so much more work to the person who build the report that for each page they need to create a mobile layout page as well. So we came up with this feature that with a click of a button, and really it is just a click of a button, you get Power BI Desktop to organize everything for you on the canvas and actually generate a mobile layout for you. And you, as the person responsible for the report, all you have to do is just to have a look and see that the automatic layout makes sense to you. It is not 100% bulletproof for all cases, because people are doing beautiful reports and very complex, reports in Power BI. So we could not, at least not in this release, we keep improving, be able to solve all types of reports and all type of layouting. But we are doing pretty decent work with most of them. So I encourage you to just give it a try. Go to the mobile layout, hit that button and see the outcome. And if you like it, just publish the report to the service, or you can actually do it from the service as well. And all your mobile users will be super thankful for you that they now are able to see the report, in a much nicer and a layout that is suitable for the phone.
It's a really great starting point if you're creating a mobile layout to press the auto create, and even if you don't feel like the outcome is perfect, it's a really great point to start from and edit and adjust your visuals to fit the mobile screen. So it's very time-saving feature, I would say, and also just gives you an idea of what report page should look like on mobile.
Yeah, that's I think that's really important improvement, because speaking from personal experience, designing mobile view was always taking a long time, and usually nobody planned it in a project. So you just finish main page, release it out, and then if you have time, you come back to a mobile view. Mm-hmm. Now with this, I think it will be a huge help for all developers out there.
Yeah. And really, its logic is super sophisticated. It takes into account, groups and layers and bookmarks. And if you have some visuals that are hidden and becomes visible when you click a button, then that will also work there. So we really try to take into account all permutations and all types of designs. And there is also a feedback opportunity. So if you're trying that and you have some, ideas on how we can improve, go to the settings, and there's a link to a form where you can provide feedback. And we actually monitor that and really looking for your feedback. Also, if you like it, give us feedback. Okay, let us know that.
It's always good to know if you are on the right track.
Exactly.
This feature is still in preview, right? Or
yeah, we just released it last month, so it's still in preview, and that's really where we want to get more and more feedback, so we will know what is required for the feature to be matured and be released as general availability. So we're really asking for feedback. Actually,
I can imagine the first feedback would be how to fit metrics with 50 columns fit on a mobile view.
That's science fiction, okay? That's science fiction.
Yeah, buy a bigger phone with bigger screen. Yeah. So speaking about that, so what else is on the roadmap that you can share, of course, publicly, and what our users and our audience can expect in the coming months?
So in the area of mobile layouting, I will give you a hint, okay? Everybody talks about it nowadays, right? It's a kind of a technology that's supposed to assist you to do, more with natural language. And so we plan to integrate the automatic layout with that as well, obviously with Copilot. That's in our roadmap.
Okay, so Copilot everywhere, literally.
Exactly.
And in the area of storytelling?
So in the area of storytelling, there's actually one more feature that I wanted to highlight in this conversation before we move to the roadmap, because it's a long-awaited feature. And I'll give you some background. My team was also responsible for Power BI Windows app. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's basically it was a Windows app, not Power BI desktop, but a Power BI app that has mainly consumption scenarios, like in the phone. So you were able to see report, dashboards, scorecards, notification, and so on. And the idea was to provide a simple experience for business users that, Power BI service might be a bit overwhelming for them. So very simple approach for consuming Power BI content. And one of the features that we had with the Windows app was, we called it slideshow. And the idea was that you could have connect the app to a public display, let's say, and run that slideshow like in infinite loop. So imagine that you have a report with, it can be business metrics, it can be operational data, but something that you want to share inside of your organization publicly on a public display. And that report would have refreshed automatically, right? Each time data was refreshed in Power BI service, the data in the presentation was updated as well. And many organizations really like that feature. But unfortunately, we had to retire the Windows app from business reasons, unfortunately. And now, in this release of storytelling, we're actually releasing a similar feature in storytelling that allows you to do more or less the same capability, but using PowerPoint rather than running it natively in Power BI.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So you can set up a presentation to run in an infinite loop, and that's not a technology that we invented. It was there in PowerPoint, I think, for forever. But if you add Power BI storytelling add into that presentation, you have now the option to tell the add-in to automatically refresh every period that you define. So when that presentation runs in infinite loop, in continuous loop, and the add-in is configured in that way, then the add-in keeps getting updates from Power BI based on your configuration, so you can more or less get the same experience. And the benefit is that now it doesn't have to be only content from Power BI, right? It's a presentation. You can have other content in your slides. That's one benefit. And the other benefit is that you can also use more than just one report. You can create slides, and each slide point to a different page in a different report, and basically create your own collection of data that you wish to display in that public display.
That's interesting. Previously with Windows app, you could do just one report, right? Or
yeah, one report, and you could enumerate either the pages or the bookmarks. And here, I agree that the add-in show presents only a single page, but if you want multiple pages or reports, you just need to create multiple slides and pick and choose the content that you wish.
Yeah. That offers more flexibility for sure.
Yeah.
I'm listening to both of you, and I'm amazed how much the mobile team delivered throughout last 2 months just, and it's really great work. Touching to this month's release as well. So I saw you are supporting folders now, barcode scanner. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah. So we added support for folders and workspace. In the Power BI service, you can now create folders for a workspace, and you can view those folders in the Power BI mobile app. So you'll be able to see those folders when you enter a workspace, as well as in the navigation tree of a workspace. So that's really cool.
Thanks for that. Really, thanks.
Yeah, I know. So another feature we added is clear barcode. So I'll start by I'll give a brief about barcodes in general in the mobile app. So you can, in this Power BI service, define a field in your semantic model as a barcode, and then use the Power BI, the scanner inside the app to filter your report based on that barcode. So you can open the scanner and then scan the barcode, and the report will be filtered by that barcode. This is not a new feature. It's been in the app for a while now. What we've added is another entry point to the option to clear a barcode. So previously, to clear a barcode filter, you had to open the scanner inside the report and press clear barcode. Now, if there is a barcode field in your report, a new button with named clear barcode is added next to the existing barcode button. You can press it, and that will just clear the barcode filter from your report. So you can either type barcode manually for a slicer, or just view the report unfiltered.
And it's a great opportunity to remind you and our customers that this is a scenario for retailers mainly. We see many retailers are using just Power BI mobile apps on a standard mobile device in order to get information about their inventory or product details very easily, just by using the device camera in order to scan a barcode and get whatever Power BI data they have for that barcode. So it's also a great use of Power BI in a way that people are doing with the app very easily and very beneficial.
That's cool. I mean, personally, I didn't know about that feature. So I think, guys, you need to work more on marketing.
Here we are. We can talk about. There are so many great features in the Power BI mobile app that very few people are aware of, and we need to do a better job with making that more visible.
Yes, that's why we are here today. So to transmit the message to the audience, so they know that these things exist.
Yeah.
And the last thing I saw in monthly release this month is this full screen mode, which I need to thank you as well, because multiple times presenting, for example, from iPad and presenting from Power BI mobile, it's just convenient to have it defaultly opening in full screen mode. So thumbs up from my side.
Do you want to explain?
Yeah. So a couple of months back, we released a feature named launch item. You can define if there is a specific Power BI item that you use regularly and you would like it to open automatically when you open the app, you can set it up as a launch item. So now we've added the option to set the launch item as to open in full screen automatically when opening the app. So that's very cool. And also we've added support for the full screen query param. So when you open a link to a Power BI item and that opens up in the app, it will open in full screen as well if that query param exists.
Would be nice feature to be able to push that setting to other user.
So actually you have that. So
We
one
have
of
it.
one of the things that exists in Power BI mobile app is the ability to remotely configure the app using mobile device management tools such as Intune or others. So mobile administrators can push many settings for their users. So they also can push even the launch item itself. So if you want, so for example, a group of people to land on a default report that they care about and they do not care about anything else in Power BI, you can remotely configure that for them, including the full screen. So each time they open the app, they will land on that report, and that's it. And that can be a report, a dashboard, of course, or a scorecard. Doesn't have to be.
That's amazing. I didn't know that, and as Nicola said, so you really need to push more marketing outside, because that's a great feature. Thinking of, I don't know, management users or people like that, where you want to build top level management report and you want to push it to all those users automatically when they open Power BI, it's there.
Yeah.
So it's really nice learning having two Mayas.
Invite us more. Yeah, so we have like a packed backlog for more and more exciting features to be added to the mobile app as well as storytelling. Yes.
Okay, so
Hopefully
we need to stay tuned the next few months.
Yes,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hopefully then to see you before the end of the year again at our Data Jazzers podcast with new nice features and new releases from mobile team.
We will be very happy to meet you again. Yeah.
And in the meantime, we are going to push to our audience, like, guys, you need to be aware of this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And one question, so probably you're not prepared for it. We try not to prepare all of our guests for it. Is question for each and every guest we had in our podcast, and it's separately for each and every one of you. Is from your standpoint, what's the number one missing feature in Power BI?
Wow.
That was honest reaction, yeah.
Power BI as a whole or our
as a whole.
You can pick.
Mm-hmm. So I would like to be able to ask Power BI a question, just a data question, and be able to get the answer. Just, without going into any report, semantic model, dashboard, anything. Just ask a question and get the answer. That's it.
Copilot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I didn't say that.
Fair enough. Other Maya.
It's a tough question to put on the spot. I think maybe the ability to add a visual only to the mobile layout. That's missing for me in the service.
Wow. Okay. So it's not possible if it's not already in the.
Yes, correct.
Okay. That's really interesting. Augustine, we haven't heard something similar. Usually there are like generic answers, but this one was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always love to hear answer to that question, simply because depending from where people are coming from, depending on the background, the answers are so differently, and just explains how much more you as a Microsoft can add to Power BI users are requesting.
Yeah. And that's part of the fun.
Yeah. Okay, so slowly wrapping up. Thank you so much once again for joining us for this session. We personally, I learned a lot of new things today in these 30 minutes. So I'm sure that also our audience also got something and some food for thought how to set up their reports in terms of mobile consumption and storytelling topics. So yeah, we keep your word that you will come again once you have some new cool enhancements in regular updates, and we promise that we will invite you again. Yeah, also, and hope that Jay will join us next time.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. And I hope that all the listeners and viewers download the mobile app if they haven't already.
Yeah.
You heard it. Go and download the app immediately. Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you, Mayas.
and
You're welcome.
thank you for joining us, and wish you all the success with the further development of mobile. And we'll keep you in the loop and invite you again when new things come.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thanks for all the viewers out there. And as each and every time, we are back next month, depending on Microsoft, when the release is out. See you.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.